many of you who saw my video message last week, this is just a continuation. I'm sending you a weekly update. It's Friday, March 20th, 2020, and it's an update for our residents, for our family members, and for our loved ones. Let me just get started. As you know, there's chaos out there in the world, and certainly chaos in the country as well as the entire world. But at the end of the day, life goes on at Tuscan Gardens. First thing I want to do is just simply give you an update with respect to what's happened since last week. As you know, we had instituted a number of different procedures to make sure that our residents were safe, including not only making sure that family members were not coming into our communities, also making sure that our residents were not leaving unless it was because of some type of medical related issue. We also had a number of different protocols with respect to our associates. All of those have continued. In addition to which, we've also incorporated some additional features. In Venice, for example, we have in fact incorporated a shelter in suite, and we are providing meal service to each of the suites. Obviously, we have a number of different types of activities where we provide some physical releases, if you will, but it's in a more controlled environment to make sure that our residents there stay safe and certainly don't end up being exposed. We have not yet done that in Palm Coast, but it may very well, by the way, based on the mandates of the government agencies, become a requirement. In addition, the government, through the regulatory agencies in the state of Florida, have also mandated masks for everyone who is in the communities. So we have those masks on order. We have some masks already there, but you will probably see within the next couple days a continuation of that particular policy because it's now mandated on a statewide basis. We probably have heard at this juncture, I just recently heard the news, that a number of counties are imposing the closing of non-essential businesses. And so with respect to those, my suspicion is, and we've already heard from some advisories from the state of Florida, that the entire state of Florida is going to be imposing those types of closures of non-essential businesses by Monday of this coming week. Of course, Tuscan Gardens and other senior living communities are not going to be closed. Clearly, we are a very essential business and a very essential community as far as your loved ones are concerned. There is also some talk about the fact that, as a matter of fact, when you listen to this video, it might actually end up being true, that the state of Florida is going to have imposed on it a quarantine with respect to people coming in and out of the state of Florida. I can't even wrap my mind around that, but that's also there. So having said that, just recognize that our associates are just doing a phenomenal job on a day-by-day, moment-by-moment, hour-by-hour basis in making sure that your loved ones are taken care of. And that's not only physically, that's not only physiologically, but that's also based upon their emotional well-being and the way that they're being handled and touched on an emotional basis, literally on a moment-by-moment basis. For that, I want to just mention just a couple things we are doing. I thought that this was just a tremendous time to be able to incorporate a project which I had wanted to do for some time. I had talked about with our community of directors and leadership about the fact that when it comes to our community, as with so many senior living communities, that we have these residents who have had rich and full lives. And out of that, the opportunity to be able to tap into those lives for lots of reasons. One particular one that I want to mention to you is a letter which went to our residents just a couple days ago requesting their assistance in a project. And I want to just read it to you just so you get a sense of what I'm saying. In the midst of COVID-19, while everyone is taking precautions and time to reflect, we thought this would be an opportune time to reach out to you. Recent generations have never experienced anything like what is going on around us right now. Your life experiences have equipped you with invaluable wisdom. We would love to hear and share your stories and advice. And then we've given them a letter stationery along with an envelope, and we ask them to give us their advice, thoughts, and counsel with respect to 3 questions. What did you learn from your experiences? Knowing what you know now, what changes would you have made in the way you have lived your life? And what would you have done differently? And then we just ask them, let them know that we would love to hear their wisdom on that. And we ask them to take that letter, think about it, and respond to it thoughtfully, and then hand it in to the executive director or to the associate director in each of the communities. So that is part and parcel of wanting to really use this time to be able to engage them in something that would be both meaningful for them and also meaningful for all of us. In addition to that, I will also tell you that we have instituted a program that has been long in the making, and that is our Life Bio program. And we're going to provide additional detail to you, as a matter of fact, in the form of a link that you can get from our website. Life Bio is capturing their story. It's capturing the story of the residents inside our community so that we can understand the type of lives they've lived and the wonderful stories that they've had. In addition to which, it's filled with photographs, it's filled with storylines that are coming from loved ones and are coming from family members, and it ends up with an actual book. And it's that type of book, anywhere from 12 to 20 pages long, filled with these photographs and that storyline that you'll have an opportunity as loved ones and family members to have from our residents in terms of their stories. We're doing this at our cost. There's no cost to any of our residents and to any of the family members for any of that. The only thing we need is, of course, your participation in that, because it's the opportunity to be able to make sure that we get the type of photography that will have this life biography of our residents to be very rich and to be very meaningful for you. So Life Bio program, from your standpoint, is your way to be able to participate with us. We're opening up, by the way, 2 additional addresses for you. One is called My Family at Tuscan Gardens, VB.com, and the other one is My Family at Tuscan Gardens, PC.com. And if you have any questions whatsoever with respect to any of that, by all means, just email us there, and we'll send you additional information to support the Life Bio program. Additionally, before I kind of finish this up, I know it's a long video, but I also want you to know that it is really important. While you can't go visit for obvious reasons, and you can't see your loved ones personally during this very difficult and trying time for us all, that does not mean you can't be on Zoom and on FaceTime and on Skype and all the different ways that technology has now made contact available. As a matter of fact, we actually have a suite set up with an iPad so that either guided or in addition just on their own, the residents can actually be contacting you and talking to you in a video format, even if they don't have the technology to be able to do that. On top of that, our associates do have the smartphones, the iPhones, to be able to go into the resident suites and to be able to use that time to be able to contact. Not only am I encouraging that, not only am I telling you that's a wonderful thing from our perspective, but I also want to make sure that you realize how important it is during this period of time when life seems to and the world seems to have just simply shut down, that you really make as much as you possibly can opportunity and contact in this particular way. Recognize that from our standpoint, we're not just about the health, safety, and welfare of our residents, of your loved ones, and of your family. But on top of that, we really do view Tuscan Gardens as sanctuary, especially and the more difficult and problematic it becomes outside the walls of Tuscan Gardens. Here is an opportunity in the sanctuary of Tuscan Gardens to be able to have full access to the food, to the clinical care, to the nurses, to the activities, and to a protected environment where your loved ones can in fact be protected. And we are truly honored to be the individuals one-on-one and as an entire organization who are able to do that. So thanks for listening. I will post another next Friday. Who knows what's going to change between now and then, but I want to make sure that I keep you advised as far as what that is. God bless you all, and thanks very much for listening.